Hello, my name is David. Today I will be doing a storytelling of the Telltale Hearts. So the story began with the narrator telling his journey. Yes, I have been ill, very ill. But why do you think that I've turned mad? That I've lost my mind? Is it not clear that I am in full control of my mind? Though it is true that this illness has made my mind, my feelings, my senses sharpen, especially my hearing. I could hear sounds and noises that I could not hear before. The sound from heaven and the sound from hell. Listen well, and I will tell you my story. It is not clear when it all began. I did not hate the man. I did not want his money, and he had never wronged me. But there was something about his eyes, his vulture eyes. His eyes is that of a bird that waits for its prey to die, only to swoop in, to tear it to pieces to eat it. And every time I saw that eye, it sent shivers down my spine. And I finally decided to kill that old man and close that eyes forever. And so you might think that I am a madman, but a madman could not plan. Yet I've made a plan for him. At every night, I was at his door. At 12 o'clock, I slowly opened his door. I let my hand in and my head in, and in my hand, a light and a piece of cloth to cover it. I aimed it towards the old man, and slowly, I lift up the cloth to shine a light towards the old man. There he was sleeping. For 7 nights I did this, but I could not do the work, for I do not want to kill the old man, but it was his evil eye. And every morning I greeted him in a friendly manner. I asked him, how did he sleep? How was his night? He could not have imagined that I was at his door looking at him. And yet, on the 8th day, I am sure, I have never been so sure before, that today I will succeed. The old man was lying there. He couldn't even dream that I was at his door. Suddenly, he moved in his bed. You might think that I'm afraid, but no. The darkness of his room was very pitch black. I knew that he could not have seen me, so I continued to push the door, slowly, softly. I put in my hand with the covered light. Suddenly, the old man sat straight and cried, "Who's there?" I stood quite still. For a whole hour I did not move, nor did I hear him lie down again on his bed. He just sat there, listening. Then I heard a sound, a low cry of fear that escaped from the old man. Now I knew that he was sitting up. And I knew that he could not have seen me. He could not have heard me. He felt me there. He knew that death was nearby. And sure enough, slowly, I lift the cloth and shine a light towards the eyes of the old man. I saw that vulture eyes. It was open, wide, wide open, and my anger increased as it looked straight at me. I could not see the old man's face, but only that eye, and I also heard the sound, a quick, low, soft sound, like the sound of a clock heard through a wall. It was the beating of old man's heart, and it grew louder and louder. The old man must have been feeling a great fear, but as he looked at me and he straight at me, he let out a loud cry, and I knew that my only chances is now. So I leapt into the room. I pushed down the old man. I pulled his bed cover and tightly wrapped it around his head. His heart is still beating, but I smiled as I knew that success is near. 4 minutes have passed and his heart is still beating, but at last his heart has stopped. And as I slowly removed the bed cover from his head and placed my ear over his heart, I could not hear anything. I knew the old man is dead. His vulture eyes could no longer terror me. And now comes the part where I hid the body where no one else could see it. First, I cut off his head, his arm, then his leg. After that, I slowly and carefully removed 3 pieces of boards that made up the floor. I put the old man's body inside there, and I gently placed the boards back on the floor. I placed it carefully so that nobody could suspect a thing, and I have made sure that not a single drop of blood is on the floor. But as soon as I have done that, I heard a knocking on the door. It seems that the neighbor has heard the loud shouting and called someone else to check on me. And as I opened the door, there was 3 policemen greeting me. So I greeted them in a friendly manner, and they questioned me. And I kindly answered them that the loud shouting was me. I just woken up from a nightmare, and the old man has went far away to visit his friend. And sure enough, the police believed my story, but they decided to still inspect the room. So I welcomed them in a friendly manner. I told them to inspect thoroughly in the room, in the house, and then they decided to sit there and chat with each other. It went well. But soon I heard that familiar sound, that quick, low, soft sound like the sound of a clock heard through a wall, and I could only wish that could have gone away sooner. The sound, it grew louder and louder, and as I tried to make the sound stop, I quickly paced through the room. I shake and move anything to cover the sound, but it does not stop. It grew louder and louder, and I'm so sure that the policemen have heard of it, and yet they still sat there putting the smiles, and they still keep chatting. I'm sure that this sound is so loud that they should have heard it, but no, they still keep talking with each other. I knew they were toying with me. And now, and soon, the sound grew louder and louder, and I could not bear it any longer. So I confessed to them, and I yelled, "Yes, yes, I killed the old man. You can remove the boards and you will see it. But why? Why does his heart not stop beating?" And that is the end of my storytelling of the Telltale Hearts. Thank you for listening.